It's time to learn, repair, and maintain everything coffee. Instructional videos brought to you by WholeLatteLove.com.
Hi, I'm Todd with Whole Latte Love. If you have a Ceado E37S and you notice that you have coffee shooting out through the spouter or the opening and it's missing the portafilter, the problem you're having is that there's an old control in there, an SCC static control system, or an anti-clumping control system that is an older style. They've come up with a new style to prevent that. This video is going to show you how to get in there and replace that. It's relatively easy to do. Let me show you what they look like. Here's the old style. It's a rubber flap, then this metal one, and the new is a stainless steel. This new style flap inside there. Okay? We'll kind of did this. Now when you get it, you'll get instructions and these two pieces. First what you want to do is grind any old coffee out of there. Okay, then we will unplug it. Safety first.
Yeah. You want to stick your hands in a grinder that's plugged in, right?
And we'll vacuum out the spout here. Right up top. I won't get it all out, but that's a good go. Tools you'll need a large Phillips head screwdriver, a medium size, 3mm Allen wrench. First thing we do, we take off these Phillips head screws here that hold the upper burr plate. And this is one of the really nice things about the E37S is this is removable very easy for cleaning or accessing the burrs in case you don't want to replace them at some point. So when you take it off and put it back on, use the same grind setting you were at before. You don't have to spin it all the way in and recalibrate it like you do with some other grinders. So this is a really nice feature. And also the threads on this are located inside so that when you adjust this, you don't get coffee in the threads.
That's nice.
Yep. Little side note. Okay, so here's the part we're going to replace. Let me pull this out of the way first so that you can get a good view of this. So this new one's going to go in there. Next thing we'll do is take off these Phillips head screws here. Now be careful when you're doing this so you don't slip off and scratch the finish here. Some of it's going to be hidden by the upper burr plate, but still just be careful with that. Okay, this pulls off, and then you have a pin connector, multi-pin connector. When you put it back together, the red stripe goes down. Okay, that's it. Set that off to the side. Now the way this works, so you can see this here, is when you turn this, that flap moves to control the flow of coffee out of it. Pretty exciting stuff. Now taking this out, I like to do is put a little piece of masking tape on my Allen wrench, and this fits in here.
The idea being you don't want to drop those screws down in there, and that helps kind of hold it.
Makes it fit a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
Now this particular model of E37, if you drop the pieces in, we actually have a way that's not too hard to get out. Then you can get your finger on that and pull it out.
And what size wrench is that?
That's 3mm.
3mm. Okay.
Now there's that little flap that's in here may end up falling inside because there still might be coffee holding it in place, so try and be careful to keep it from falling inside. But if it does, it's not the end of the world. And then we just take the whole thing off now with this. It holds that screw in place. It doesn't drop. Yep. Okay. So if it was in there, she must have fallen out.
So that flap
It sits right in there.
right in there.
Okay. So we'll vacuum again, try and get that coffee out of there. So that flap is fallen in, so what I'm going to do is try and get that out. Tip the machine on its side here. Actually, I don't even hear it. That may not have even had a flap. Okay, so never mind. If it had a flap, let's say you drop something in the, oh, darn, I dropped a screw. The way to get it out, put on the side here like this, and then shake it and tip it up this direction, and it'll come out.
no, it's
Okay, so out like this, shake it, and then go around. And you should be able to get anything that drops in. That way you don't have to take off the bottom of the machine. Okay, now to install the new parts. See how that shaped like that?
Okay, so the bend is to the
Out.
outside.
Yep, there's
Okay.
there. And we've got this, so you hold this together like that. And let's see, get that on there. I find the easiest ways, we'll start it like this.
Okay, so how is that the new part kind of sitting in there? Let's take
Okay, so
okay,
like that.
okay. And then get one screw in and get it started there,
Yeah.
right?
And we'll see how nimble I am. Not usually known for that. Okay, so you get it started, but leave it kind of loose.
Loose, okay.
Yep. Now the bottom here, you got to make sure this fits in. This flap goes behind, in like that. So it's not out like this. See that?
Yep,
Goes
it's got to be
goes in.
behind the case,
Yep.
sort of, okay. So
Okay.
check that before you,
correct. Okay, and now I still got a little residual tape on there, which is holding it in place. Look down and line up your, look through there, and you'll make sure your screw, everything lines up. And fit that through. Take your best shot to find the hole. Don't cross thread it.
so that should go in real easy.
Yeah, sometimes they're a little stiff, but
Yeah.
you should be able to tell if it's cross threading or not. And then you tighten down the other one. You don't gotta crank them, just snug them good. And at this
Right.
point,
And let me just see, let's just take a look at, okay, so that's where that rubber piece sits underneath. It's got to
Yep.
be inside.
and one thing you'll notice here, I want to show you how far this turns. So when you are turning this, it only turns like a quarter turn, okay?
So when you got everything together and you're adjusting it,
Yeah, start with the
To
down
range.
position and then just go up. Don't ever crank on it. There's no reason to crank on it.
yeah,
Okay. And we'll put this in, kind of
get that underneath
fit
the little
the underneath
post.
first.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then we will put our controls on.
And the red stripe.
Red stripe down. Pretty easy lighting these pins up. Just be careful that you don't bend them when you do it. Of course, I said it's easy now. I'm fighting me. Just
That's kind of a tight spot there, huh?
well, that and little reading glasses and come on, Todd. There you go.
There it is.
Patience. Okay, and we stick that back on. Fold your rubber up. Medium-sized screwdriver. Again, obviously being careful, don't cross-thread it. Make sure it's straight, especially on the next one. Next one's a little hard, a little easier to cross-thread because when you raise the rubber up, it's hard to get out of the way. You see, you don't have a lot of room.
Right.
So make sure your screwdriver's straight up and down when you do it, okay? Nice and plumb. Again, snug. Okay. Look at the size of those burrs.
Those are
Those are
big
big ones.
boys, huh?
They're big ones. I like that. Okay. Upper burr plate fits right on. Your
Like you said, when you put this back together, no recalibration, right?
No,
You're right where you
just
left
where it
off.
was before. That'll save you a pound of coffee. Just make sure your screws line up. Really, getting them dialed in sometimes can take a little bit of coffee.
Yeah.
And if you're buying good coffee at whatever bucks a pound, 12 bucks a pound, wow,
Yeah.
or more.
Or more.
Or maybe it's your last bit of favorite coffee. You just don't want to waste it. Don't want to do that. Again, make sure you use the right size screwdriver so you don't bugger up the openings on there at all. Okay, And we'll get this back on. Your bean hopper cover, and you should be good to go. Take your other stuff and feel free to toss it.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. I'm Todd with Whole Latte Love, and thanks for watching.
Hey, why not subscribe now for easy free access to more videos on everything coffee, brought to you by WholeLatteLove.com.